G'day, I wanted to show you how to send or prepare a Google Earth image and send that to Heenan Doherty so we can give you a quote or we can discuss your project. So the first thing you need to do is go to your browser and just like if you haven't got Google Earth, and download it. Following that process, then open the application. So that's what we're going to do now. And once you've opened that, and as you can see, we use Google Earth Pro. It costs us about $400 a year. And big difference is that it gives you the capacity to make some movies with it. And also, but the biggest thing that we look at is um, the screen resolution is actually printed. So when you use the free version, you don't get anywhere near as high a resolution when you save an image or print it. That's the big difference. You can have a look at through Google Earth by using this tooltips if you're new to it, and sometimes it updates new features and whatnot as well. So we'll get out of there for the moment. So head straight over to your search bar here and just pop in there the name of the locality of your property. So it's a good place to start. You can put in your address, but in some parts of the world, particularly in rural areas, we find that you can't necessarily go straight to your place. So just put in the locality. So we'll do that, and it says Epilogue, Victoria already, so we'll go to that. And it'll take you straight there. Now you've got that little icon there, which in our case is something we don't want. And what we'll do is get rid of that. And what we'll now do is just zoom into the property a bit. So you should know where your property is. Just have a bit of a look around. You can see some of the features. If you need to put roads on there or any sort of labels, then pop one of those on. As you can see, that puts some of the roads on. Doesn't have every road, but it has quite a lot. And we'll just zoom in. There's our place just there. Take a look at the age of the imagery, and that's down the bottom here. It tells you the image date, and it's 2002 in our case, which is quite a while ago. It's also got the projection information here. It can be longitude or latitude, and in this case, it's UTM data. It also has the altitude that the cursor is at across the map. It's not super accurate, but it's not a bad guide. Right, now the purpose of this exercise is to generate a boundary map of this place. I'm just going to get rid of that road there. And what we'll do is we'll go up to the menu items here and click Add Path. So once you've done that, a little window will appear. First thing to do is to type in the name of the property and then underscore and then the name of the layer that you're putting on. So we're calling this a boundary layer. Now what we'll also do is change the color of this. So I'll make this red. Okay. And then I want to make it a nice thick line, so I'm going to increase that to 2 pixels. Now, my tendency straight away was to go to OK, and in spite of the fact I've used this for years, I keep doing that. Don't do that at this point. If you do it, I'll show you what happens. It goes to here. Now, if it goes to here by doing that, what you can do is just right-hand click on it, and then just go to Get Info or Properties, I think it says in Windows. So you do that and then you come back to the same window. You have to have that window open in order to do the editing of the map. Right, so let's go to one of the corners, and there's one that I see right there, and I'll just touch on the map with my cursor. So you can go, so just drag across to the next corner. Wherever you put these nodes, a line follows the line style that you defined earlier. So we'll just go around to here. Now you'll stop a bit earlier than right on the end, because if you go to here, it won't draw the line. So just stop to the end and then grab that little one and then just go, and then it'll close it up. Now I'm not really happy with where that is. That needs to change just a bit. So I can put that there. If I want to put more nodes in, then I can do that as well. Right? So you can do all of these things. Or if I want to get rid of that node, I can delete it as well, just by hovering on it. That's basically the story. Now you click OK. Now go over here to the Places menu. Now click, right click again, and you get this menu here. Now what you can do here is directly email that out of the program. It'll go straight to you, whatever your default email browser or whatever they're called is. And either that, or you can go to Save Place. So that's what we're going to do here. So Save Place. Now you can put that boundary name or that file name directly into whatever file manager you want. Keep it, or any folder you want. Keep it as a KMZ file. You can also change it to KML. There's a bit more data in a KMZ or KMZ for our American clients. All right, so just click Save. Now I'm gonna exit out of here. I'll close that off. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to delete that for the purposes of my next exercise for you here. And I'll delete that one. Right. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to close Google Earth. And I'm going to go to the File Manager. And I'm going to go to my Clients folder, which is where I had that there. Now there's that KMZ file. Now if you can record it here. Now of course if you're doing an email, then you can just attach that to your email and send it to us. But if I send you a file in the future, then you can simply go to your email or wherever the file is and download it, and then come to here and then just open it from here. And this is what will happen. It'll come straight into Google Earth. And then when it's in there, it'll go straight to your property. You can see it's come up here and it'll go straight there. Okay. All right. Now, if we ever do any design work or catchment areas or any sort of to and fro revision work, that's the way we generally send it. We can do all sorts of things like that. What we can also do, and I'll show you here while we're at the whole Google Earth thing, is I'll just get rid of that, is let's have a look at this property. We can just click on here, come across Bass Strait to Tasmania, to a client's property we've got down there. Now that takes us straight there. Now once we're there, and we can prepare this for you, is what we can do is put a topographic map over the top of that. And here you can see one that we've taken from the government, and this is what's called a topographic cadastral map. Now with that, just zoom this up so it's not oblique. Once we're in there, we can then do an overlay of your contours and your boundary, depending on the data that's available. So here's this property here. We wanted to get a bit of a full catchment. So what I did was, one, marked in the boundary, just as I showed you there. And two was we marked in all of the contour lines in a yellow color because there was good contrast. Now what I'm going to do is take away that original overlay, and that leaves behind quite a decent contour map. Not too many contours on this property, it's quite flat, and these are government contours which are at best between 5 to 10 metres, 20 to 30 feet plus in intervals, so you don't get that much. But for me, it gives me a reasonable idea of the shape of the property, which helps us, after we've listened to your brief, give you a good price on what our services will cost, whether it's a online EHD style consultancy or where we do a site visit and on-site based consultancy. So I'll show you another example of where we've done this on a smaller property. Which one are we going to look at? This one here, just to give you another indication of how this process works with the different data that's available. So in this case, we're in Gippsland, and not a bad image. And you can see when you go oblique on here, you do get a bit of a shape of the land. And for people like me who've done so many designs, I can read that landscape pretty easily and get a very good idea of what can and can't happen. The elevation information that's in here helps me as well. And it certainly also helps when you have a really high quality high resolution image as we do here. This is a 2012 image, so it's quite recent and quite good. Now on this one, we've got the boundary placed. I'll just straighten that up again as well. When you go navigating from place to place, Google Earth tends to go oblique on you, so that's just the way it goes. And then what we'll do is we'll overlay onto that the government data, and so you can see now I can get a lot of this information off online, and then I can quite simply overlay it onto here and then get a true shape of the property. Again, these are 10-meter contours, but that's fine for what I need to work with as a starting point. If we determine that you need a survey, well, then we'll get one later on. We'll get you a quote and we'll sort that out through various providers. But that's basically the process. And so once we've done that, even this one here, I can send that to you now. I can just go through the same process and email it to you or save it as a place and then just email it and it'll come up on the screen and you just click on it and it'll open it straight into Google Earth with all of this imagery there. All right, well, thanks very much for today, and we look forward to getting your inquiries. And if you do have any troubles, well, then don't hesitate at all to give us a contact, and we'll help you out. All the best.